Finally, after many months of not being able to travel, I'm here at the Miami airport getting ready to fly to Bosnia and Croatia. I'm so excited. After 12 hours of flying and layover in Germany, just one more short ride in this little plane and I'm landing in Split, Croatia. Here we are landing. And we finally landed. Well, there was no tube getting out of the plane, and which is great that we can see all the mountains around the runway. We went through immigration, and then my friend picks me up from the airport. First stop is welcome cocktails on his balcony and getting ready for a road trip tomorrow to Bosnia and Herzegovina. You know, most tourists don't have Bosnia in their travel map, but here we are. Bosnia, here we come. We're getting ready for our big road trip. Crossing the border was our first challenge. The border, just not to show our passport, but the COVID test. The border between Croatia and Bosnia. Yes, I had 20 minutes left. But we made it to Mostar. So Mostar is a city an hour drive from Sarajevo. This bridge is the famous Stari Most, a medieval art bridge. Now the town is full of very quaint and nice restaurants and shops selling paintings and jewelry and antiques and everything you can think of. It's a very good afternoon here. We had lunch at a very nice restaurant overlooking the bridge, Labyrinth Restaurant in Mostar. So we're here now in Old Town Mostar in Bosnia. So this is the famous bridge of the Ottoman Empire, like centuries ago. And all these old buildings. And this beautiful river with special green. See, the ground is very slippery and it's all big stones. It's all big stones, so you can't really wear heels here. You can't wear heels here. See, everybody's wearing flats. Because you wear heels, it's gonna be broken. Good. I didn't wear heels today. Old Town, Mostar.
Camlar falan.
So this is the famous Bosnian cevapi. It's like made of ground beef and bread. It is really so good, and of course you eat it together with Bosnian strong coffee with a Mediterranean influence. And of course the dessert, the favorite Bosnian baklava. Ooh. After Mostar, we drove to Sarajevo, which is the capital of Bosnia. Hey guys, so now we are driving to Sarajevo, going through a tunnel. Magnificent views of the Rocky Mountains. pass by the Neretva River. It's known for its intense emerald green waters and it's 14 miles wide. Beautiful Neretva River. And we arrived at our host family, the most beautiful Bosnian family. And of course, they welcome us with grappa. It's a liquor that is 70 US proof and it's their tradition. Next day, we went out to downtown Sarajevo and to all this painful remembrance of the war in the early 90s. And then walking through the old town, just keep on walking and see these people having a good time. Today we're walking the streets of Sarajevo on the way to Old Town.
French croissant.
Huh?
French croissant.
Oh, French.
Beautiful French croissant.
French croissant.
Stay safe.
So here in Old Town, you can drink the water from the wall. It's very clean and people go there to drink. Then we have a very delicious Bosnian lunch. After that, we met with the family. It was a really great reunion between the brothers and sister, and we were planning on visiting their home the next day and see what she's gonna make. She's gonna show us how to make Bosnian meat pie. It's meat. So now you're cooking meat pie, Bosnian meat pie.
Yes. This is flour. This is yufka.
Yufka.
Yes, we call that yufka.
You have to spread it and knead it.
Yes.
Cheese pie spinach.
Dobro. Ovo je krastavica i luk, ali ovdje sam njoj napravila bez luka.
Cucumber onion.
And cream.
Cucumber dip. And then this one is
Chicken sesame with feta cheese.
chicken with sesame.
Yeah, and
I ovo
feta
je
cheese.
suho meso i suđuka i kozi i sir i ljute kobasice.
This is gold cheese. Beef. This is spinach.
Spinach pie. And this is cheese pie.
And
Homemade.
Yeah.
Totally homemade.
here is Master.
Here is the master cook.
Daj mami onaj podmetač.
Meat.
Meat pak.
Meatball.
Burek.
After 3 days in Sarajevo, now we drive to Medjugorje. It's like an hour and a half drive, and you know Medjugorje is a popular place for Catholic pilgrimage. The Virgin Mary has said to have appeared on this hill in 1981 and continued to appear after that time. Usually this place is full of people at this time of the year, but because of the pandemic, there are no tourists who are visiting the place except us, I guess. But we had the whole place to ourselves. This is the monument of Our Lady of Medjugorje in front of the church. So after Medjugorje, we're now driving back to Croatia. So another border, another COVID testing. So we got to the testing center like 10 minutes after it closed. It's good that they were able to make an exception and took us in, but we were late. So we took the COVID test and get ready to cross the border back to Croatia. So from Medjugorje we back to Split. It was like an hour drive, but it was relaxing afternoon. And then we reached the border, so maybe like 10-15 cars. It took us like more than an hour to cross, but everything went smoothly, and now we're back in Croatia. So watch our next video of all the cities we've been to in Croatia. Okay, see you there. So after waiting an hour on the Bosnia-Croatia border, we finally made it back to Croatia. On the way, on the highway, we see a lot of wineries. The Dalmatian County where we are is known to produce the best wines in Croatia. You know, wines like Plavak Mali, Prosek, and Debit. Then we get to the first city, which was Maliston. We were hungry, so we stopped at Kapetanova Kuka restaurant. It was the #1 restaurant in Maliston. It's ranked online as the #1 restaurant. It serves the best seafood and Mediterranean cuisine. After lunch, we toured the different walls and fortresses in Maliston. These are the walls of Maliston. It circles the whole village of Ston. It stretches 5 kilometers and it is the second longest wall in the world after the Great Wall of China. Wow, how about that? Salt production is big in Ston. So what you see here are salt warehouses they had centuries and centuries ago. Centuries to protect the city from wars, and these walls stretch as far as 1.3 miles. Oh my gosh, that's too long. How many steps are these? It's a lot. So to get to the old city, you have to go down about, I think it was like 200 steps, like too long. And I call it the torture steps because imagine when you go up again, you have to go up all the way 200 steps. This is another wall, another fortress in Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik is well known for its magnificent old town that is encircled with massive stone walls, completed I think in the 16th century. These stone walls surround the city, and this is a major tourist attraction for visitors coming to Dubrovnik. Usually at this time of the year, this is full of tourists from Asia, Europe, America, everywhere. And this is full and there's a long line getting into the buildings. But now there is no line and there's very few people, as you can see. And we were so lucky we have the whole fortress to ourselves. Now we get into the center of the city. The street is lined with stores, boutiques, and restaurants. Also, many of these places here are market scenes of the Game of Thrones. And I don't know if you've seen the series, The Gold Cloaks. A lot of scenes took place here. The Gold Cloaks of Game of Thrones. Then we're heading to the stairs. This is the famous King's Landing of Game of Thrones, where the episode Walk of Atonement was filmed. Remember the queen walking down these steps, naked and being mocked.
Dobroveče. Dobroveče. Say something.
Shame. Shame.
Now, after a few hours of touring the city, we have to go back up. Imagine 200 steps, the torture steps going up. Oh my God. Well, it's now nighttime. It's a full moon night. So we just marveled at the magnificent walls at night. They're so beautiful. When we got up to the street level, we could see the whole old city like this, all lit up, like diamonds on the water. Next stop is Arboretum Tresteno. Arboretum Tresteno is the oldest arboretum in the world. It was once a family vacation home of a royal family back in the 1400s. And again, this place became famous because of, guess what? The Game of Thrones. This was the King's Landing Gardens. Look at the pictures on the right. It's the same exact location. Also, one of the highlights in Arboretum Trasteno is this fountain of Neptune and the two nymphs. So I hope you enjoyed a little tour of Dubrovnik. Let's stay connected, okay? Till next. I have waited 2 years to see this place, and finally I am here. Split is the second largest city in Croatia, and to me it is the most beautiful city. And my friend lives here, so he was the perfect tour guide. First, we walk along the river at the marketplace. It is lined with many outdoor shops. This is the main palace of Croatia. The green market is where Croats go every day for fresh fruits and veggies. So this is the green market of Split, Croatia. In here, fruits and vegetables. And some flea market. And now the famous Diocletian's Palace. This palace is in the heart of Split. It has 4 entrances, the north, south, east, and west, or sometimes they call it the gold, silver, bronze, and copper gates. As we enter one of the gates, we see the oldest cathedral in the world. Then we arrive at the center arena, where we meet the Roman soldiers with their very sharp swords. Walking further down, we see a massive dome with no ceiling. This was where the city of Meereen of the Game of Thrones was filmed. The famous Palace Square, Promenada, where everything happens. When we got out of the south gate, it was this vibrant and modern promenada. It was lined with restaurants and cafes facing the sea. There were sailboats and yachts, and I think this place is a perfect blend of medieval and modern scenery. It was the most beautiful mix of old and new. Now, as we're walking towards the other side of the palace, we see this huge statue. They say you touch his feet and make a wish. Guess what I wish for? Here is the entrance to the piazza, and we stop to listen to this man's so romantic music. Tired and hungry from the long walk, my friend led me to this chic Italian restaurant, the Beppa. Oh my, the best wine I ever tasted. And the Caesar salad was served with shaved bread. The dessert was tiramisu, something new to me. Tiramisu served in a cup. My friend lived in Podstrana, which is about 20 minutes outside of Split. And in front of his house is this beautiful Podstrana beach. And this food place served the best juicy cheeseburgers I have ever tasted. I can't believe I would have the best cheeseburgers in Croatia. In front of these food places are lavender fields. You know, lavender grows wild in Split and in a lot of parts in Croatia. and the people make potpourri out of it and also fragrance oils. Alright, so after a weekend split, we decided to ride the scooter to go up the hill and catch the sunset. It was a breathtaking view of the whole city from up the hill. Finally came my last night in Croatia. It was Saturday night, and they had this street festival in the Central Park where people can go eat, drink, and dance. It was the first time this festival opened, I think, in almost 2 years. So people were crazy celebrating. And it was goodbye to my friends. I was happy but sad. Croatia was really full of life. So I decided to take the bus from Split to Zagreb. It was a very convenient way to go to Zagreb. It is about 1 hour and 45 minutes. I got there, it was late in the afternoon, checked in the hotel and getting ready for my walking tour the next day. The next morning, I walked from the hotel to the meeting place of the tour, which was in Ban Jelačić Square. It's the main and central square in Zagreb where everybody meets. And it's also where Croats gather for big events like concerts and parades. So I met here the tour guide. Her name is Christina, and how you identify her is she has this bright orange umbrella. So all the people will know where she is, and we met her in the square. We were lucky, it was great timing that there was a Croatian military parade because of some holiday in Zagreb.
Hello, nazad.
The soldiers are wearing a cravat. Cravat is a Croatian red cloth around the neck. It's like a necktie. It has a lot of history behind this cravat. Then we continue to walk towards the Zagreb Cathedral, which is about 5 minutes walk, and in front of the cathedral is this beautiful golden Virgin Mary monument with her golden angels around her. And you know, the Croats, there's about 80% of the Croats are Catholics, and they believe a lot about the Virgin Mary and her protecting them. This is the market in Zagreb. Sells everything. When we left the market, I couldn't find my sunglasses. So I looked for it all over my purse. And of course I couldn't find it because I was wearing it. Dang. We then head on to the stone gates, which is the Kamenita Vrata. It's an area where in the 1700s a fire destroyed much of the area, but miraculously a painting of the Mother of God was left undamaged. So after that, this place became a sacred place. A lot of people go here. They built a chapel, and the people now go here to light a candle. You see in the picture, they are all lining up to light a candle and pray to the Mother and give thanks. Now we're walking to the government buildings, the parliament, and wow, guess who we saw? The Prime Minister of Croatia walking just a few feet from us, and oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. Like, he doesn't even have a lot of bodyguards, and he was just walking on the street. And I was wanted to approach him and take a selfie, but I changed my mind. Right in front of the Parliament building is a cool store that we were tempted to really get in and see all the cool products they were selling. It's the Museum of Broken Relationships. Christina's going to talk about the padlocks.
So this is the way to express your love for someone. It was very popular in Rome and Paris, and the idea is the person you love, you come with that person to a fence over a bridge, or like here, like just the street, and you lock your love, which means that your relationship will last forever, because you throw away the key and then you cannot take it off, you cannot break. But of course, that's not how relationships work. So half of them broke up in the meantime. Some of them are damaged or destroyed now. And you cannot really find your key anymore. So it's very smart idea to use the combination locks with numbers. So you can always take that off. And
So you put the locks here when you start the relationship.
Yes.
Then hopefully it's gonna last forever.
Exactly.
And then when you break up, you come back and get the key.
Yes. But
If you
don't
can
have
find
the key
it.
anymore, so you just wait it to rust.
That's cool.
Now I have my own lock here. I just don't know which one it is. It's
How
because
many locks do you have?
I only have one, as far as I know.
Christina suggested to check out this really cool restaurant. It served the struk, which is a traditional Croatian delicacy. It was so yummy, and we had a really good time. If you're going to tour with Christina, you're sure to be a happy tourist. I'm from Miami, Florida, and this lady has made my day in Zagreb the best day.
Yeah,
Sure.
we are getting a personal tour from her.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Go, Christina, go, girl, go, girl. My friend's friend Anita invited us to her home in Var, so we took the ferry to her island. The Croats usually bring their cars on the ferry as they travel from Split to Var when they do business or visit family. Today we're taking the ferry to Var Island, 2.5 hours from Split. It was about an hour and 45 minutes trip from Split on the ferry, and the weather was just perfect. Now we arrive in Bar and the ramp comes down so the cars can drive out. Sometimes people call this ro-ro, like roll on, roll out. And we took our scooter on the ferry so we can go around the island on a motorcycle. I'm so excited, yay! And here comes Batman. We arrived on the island and rode to the main square. It was like half an hour ride on the motorcycle, and we met with this lovely couple, Anita and Mateo. This is the center square where a lot of boats either owned by the residents or for rent are docked. And you can take the water taxi to private, secluded beaches around the island.
Currently we are in a small village Brusje. It's, wow, super old. All those stone houses are more than 400, 500 years old. We only have 100 people living here during the whole year, but in summer season the number gets up. Also around 500 people, that's maximum. So this was a fish market before in the past. Last year the people from the village renovated. And the main business was the fields of lavender. So all around the village you just had the purple color when the spring comes and the summer, June. Now we are getting to my street to get my house. So all stones from the island. So older people brought all these stones by hands here, and then they built the houses in the past. Many of them brought the stones also by boats to get from the other islands. So that's quite interesting. Yeah. Here is super quiet, so if you want to relax properly and sleep, this is the best place for you. We are here to my home. 400 years old, this large building.
400.
400, wow. Yes. My partner's grandfathers built it. So it's like really, really old. We also have 2 wells for the water. If we run out of the water, then we have rain here to drink and to water all our plants. So it's common for all the houses here. So nice.
And this is the other well.
Yeah, the other well is down there. It's even older than this one. You can see it. Super old. And this is our olive tree. So many people here survived because of this tree and the oil, because they sell it. It's hard work, but it pays you off, so it's good.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I'm growing a small one and then I will remove it to another field to be fully grown. And they can be super, super old. We have some trees in the field that are like 300 years old, like a big trees. So it's nice.
Cool.
Hi.
We relaxed at Anita's home with some Croatian wine before lunch. This is Matthew from VAR. We are in a home that's 100 years old.
Even more.
Even more.
Yeah.
Wow. And this is how we barbecue here. Super dobro.
Yeah.
Look at our barbecue grill. It's one of a kind. Oh my goodness. Anita tours us on the main square.
We just arrived to Hvar, the main port on the island. Look at it, super nice. super old houses with the bell tower. This exchange money will rip you off, so don't do it.
Isak is a popular convenience store here. Like they sell everything, right?
But it's tobacco
Isak, mostly tobacco.
Yeah, and usually they work longer than the supermarkets. Some ATMs, Croatian. Take a look on save your money, enjoy fun. You have to dress well when you get here.
Okay, can you explain a little bit?
So it's forbidden to be naked, obviously,
Oh,
and to walk around in bikinis and swimsuits.
oh,
Also, it's forbidden to lay down and to eat outside in the park, to spill out the drinks, so there are few fines, from 500 euros till 700.
that's a lot of money.
Over there, all local growing food. There is a big market there. And up in the hill, you can see the fortress. It's from Napoleon, French government.
What do you do in Var?
Well, I moved here last year and just living because I'm working online. I'm working online with the Airbnbs and bookings.
Oh
so-
wow, you do Airbnb?
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
So I have many apartments in main town Split.
Oh, in Split.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a selection of different places.
That's a good business, and it's
Yeah,
really
it's-
this is a tourist place, so
Yeah, it's really
a lot
nice.
of people.
It's growing and I'm really satisfied with it.
It must be booming right now, and it's
Yeah.
almost summer.
Yeah.
Wow.
In 20 days it will be super crowded.
Okay.
So I have my staff who works in Split, so I can work online. Doing
Do you have
management.
a website?
Unfortunately, not yet, but I'm in process to do it. So this is the main square with the cathedral. How it's beautiful. So main square with some restaurants, many children,
Yeah, they are safe.
and over there is crystal clear sea. So you have to visit it.
This is the main square.
Yes, this is the main square. You see how it's large.
Napomenu da je veoma važno pomenuti da su ove djeca sigurno za razliku od vas u Sjedinjenim Američkim Državama. Evo recimo ozbiljno
And this is a really safe city to live. For the children, they can walk alone around. There is no burglaries. No one locks their door.
No kidnapping.
So no kidnapping, no nothing. So really nice.
It's a really cool
And during
day
the
to
winter time, it's so quiet, only local people. Everything is closed, so a bit boring if you want fun and restaurants and everything. So I'm doing my living between Split and the island. You know, good balance.
Airbnb, yes.
And now I'm taking Suzanne to lunch, so I have to find on the map where we go.
Okay. All right, we'll be back.
I really enjoyed our relaxing 2 days in Var. See you again. So when you land into Cancun airport, you see this zona hotelera, which means hotel zone in Spanish. And you can see that it's a long stretch of all-inclusive hotels and timeshare resorts. And this is the heart of Cancun. Cancun is a fun party city, so let me share with you 10 fun things to do in Cancun. This is, I guess, from my experiences during a few trips there that I did in the past couple of years. Number 1, go to the beach, of course. So the hotel strip, or they call the Zona Hotelera, is full of white sandy beaches, and the best for me, and I think for most of the locals, is definitely Playa Delfines. But there's also some other beaches like Playa Chacmul and Playa Tortugas. And also the private beaches in the luxury hotels and resorts along the strip. There are a lot of them, but the public beaches, the best is Playa Delfines. This is where most of the nightlife happens. Coco Bongo, Hard Rock, Senior Frogs, and Fat Tuesdays, they're all in the same area. And of course, also inside the hotels and resorts, there's a lot of nightlife, but if you want to go to a public place, this is it. Senior Frogs makes the best pulled pork with corn and cheese. One of their specialties, and it was so yummy. This is also one of the beautiful white beaches in Cancun. It's the Flamingo Resort where I usually stay. Number 2, go high-end shopping at La Isla Mall. Here you can find luxury designer shops like Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Bulgari, Ferragamo, Rolex, and everything is there. Prices are okay, and what is on the tag is the price with no tax included, so it's not so bad. Number 3, a tour of the Chichen Itza pyramids with lunch and cenotes tour. There are a lot of tour companies in each of these hotels where you can pre-book and buy the tickets. It's about $80. Number 4, take a jungle tour on a speedboat around the lagoon. You take a small boat, it usually fits 2 people, and one of you gets to actually drive the speedboat. How cool is that? It's about $55 to $70 depending on the season and where you get the ticket from. So always bargain, 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 okay? Number 5, take the ferry to Isla Mujeres. So the ferry terminal is very near. It's right along the strip and it's near Playa Tortugas. It's a short ferry ride, and Isla Mujeres is a fun island with lots of shopping and restaurants. So you can spend a couple hours there, and for a few bucks you can rent a scooter and go around on a scooter. Number 6, take a trip to Playa del Carmen. So Playa del Carmen is the next coastal city south of Cancun. It's about an hour and a half ride by public bus, but it's a nice public bus. It's a comfortable ride like the Greyhound. When you get to Playa del Carmen, the bus station is right at the tip of the 5th Avenue. Avenido Cinco, they call it. And the 5th Avenue is the main activity place of Playa del Carmen. The whole street is lined with restaurants, bars, stores, and a lot of street peddlers. It's a long strip to walk from one end to another. Is like 30 minutes. I'm sure you know that Mexico is the origin of tequila, and of course there's a lot of tequila sold on this street, as many as 100 different varieties. Wow. Then at night there are street performers. Walking further down the street, you will see a man who rolls cigars, and always with a smile, and like he loves what he's doing every night. It's so fun, and you can buy the cigars by the stick. Number 7, take the ferry to Cozumel. So the ferry terminal is at the end of the 5th Avenue, and boats go every hour. Cozumel is cruise ship port of call, so it's a fun little town of many Mexican restaurants and souvenir shops. Go around for a couple of hours, and then you can take the ferry back to Playa del Carmen. Number 8, how about visiting Tulum? You can book a tour in Playa del Carmen and go further south to Tulum the next day, of course. And unlike Cancun, Tulum is a more quiet place. People here go around in bicycles, they do yoga, and they're more health conscious. The city tour of Tulum includes a visit to one of the cenotes, they call it cenotes, which is like underground caves. And for half an hour or so, we can enjoy swimming in the cool waters of the cave. They say that dipping in this water will cleanse your soul. Then the bus tour takes you to the Mayan ruins. The Tulum ruins is a huge area, and the walking tour takes about 2 hours. Now we're back in Cancun to have fun souvenir shopping at the marketplace. Number 9, let's go fun souvenir shopping. There are a lot of places to buy souvenirs and cool Mexican products right in the middle of the strip. The most popular places for this is like the flea market and the Caracol Mall. And the newest mall is Marina Puerto Cancun, but it's a little high end. And number 10, visit downtown Cancun, or they call it Cancun Centro. So this is always the best part of my trips. I always spend some time feeling like a local and trying to explore the city. So if you want to feel like a local for a day, you can take the public bus from the strip. It's for about $2, and then you can see where the locals eat and shop. So there's a lot of exciting things to do in Cancun. So don't just stay in your all-inclusive resort for a week. Explore and discover Cancun.